Washington Post and CNN have already projected that Hillary Clinton won.
It's going to be a contested convention, and we still have 2 months leading up to Philadelphia, in which a lot of us are very active in building some sort of huge nonviolent action.
What the DNC is doing is alienating a lot of people on both sides. It's pushing a lot of moderates towards Trump, and it's pushing a lot of far-left liberals into extreme positions with Bernie.
What's an example of an extreme position with Bernie?
I love Bernie, so I don't think you can be too extreme, but I think there are a lot of people now who won't vote for Hillary, and that's troubling.
I can't support her, and I won't vote for her. It was very sad last night when I got one of those alerts on my phone where Hillary Clinton declared herself the winner already. So I'm hoping that some miracle will still happen.
Personal decision for myself, I voted for Bernie Sanders. I absolutely believe that his ideals and his ideas about how we can affect true change in this country are what we're fighting for and what Democracy Spring is about. Money out of politics. It doesn't matter where that money is coming from or who it's going to.
How many Clinton supporters do you suppose are here tonight?
Probably none. I voted for Bernie Sanders, and I was arrested for Democracy Spring.
The day I was arrested? Oh gosh.
We didn't know whether we'd be able to get onto the Capitol grounds and be able to hold that space. When we were marching towards the Capitol, I was at the front holding the banner with a beautiful group of people, and the police were blocking off the entrance onto the grounds, And as we got close, they just parted. They saw the whole march coming. I don't think they wanted to have a standoff right there. We took the plaza, and then when we went onto the steps, just, thousands of us coming onto the plaza and then hundreds taking the steps, there was this euphoric energy.
It was Youth and Student Day, so it was the Friday. We had already had 4 days of sit-ins, and I was actually really, I walked off all like, woo, I'm getting arrested.
And then you went back to Tennessee, and what?
I was instantly, surrounded by these conservative people and living in this conservative town where people regularly drive around the square with Confederate flags flying out their window, yelling racist things out the windows.
She was like, I'm figuring out what I'm doing, I'm moving on from here. Well, I want to make sure we're probably going to have a movement house in a week or two, and we'd love to have you.
He's like, come to the movement house. And I thought he was just being nice at first. Even though I'm pretty positive about Bernie winning, if in some crazy world he's not our next president, Democracy Spring is what we need. We need to overturn Citizens United and get money out of politics.
What kind of message would you offer to someone who was introduced to the issues that you care about most only in the past year since Bernie Sanders got into the race, and they're wondering if the fight continues?
Welcome to the beautiful struggle. We've got a lot of work to do. The Democratic Party and Hillary, I think, are moving on a whole host of issues because of the movement. So now you're part of it. We've already come so far. No matter what happens tonight, no matter what happens at the convention, we got to move forward. And those people need to continue to fight. The political revolution, as Bernie has always said, is not about him. The movement that the Bernie campaign is part of has got to continue. Democracy Spring is going to continue and fight regardless of what happens.
There is this magnetic sense of hope with a campaign like that. At the same time, there are going to be significant obstacles and adversity. That's not a reason to resign yourself, though. I think Bernie Sanders has made it very clear that he's just not going to resign himself to whatever the results are tonight. And that's amazing. Hold to that. And also be incredibly grounded in the fact that Trump is a very real and present danger. And I don't think it's one or the other. I think as rational people and as Americans who have a reputation for being politically complex, I think we can be motivated by both things.